Hello, this lecture will be devoted to the construction of a technological scheme for the preparation of a drug. There are several types of scheme used in manufacturing practice. In this video we will analyze the type of scheme that include information about the equipment used in a practical area. Hardware scheme will be discussed in another video. As an example, we will see the production of a drug in the form of tablet. Tablet composition is on screen. In our scheme we will use the abbreviations and conventions shown on the screen. However, first you need to understand what a technological scheme is and why it is made up. The flow chart that we will analyze in this video is a graphical display of production. The scheme includes information on the product's order and apparatus and machines used to implement the basic process. The scheme also contains information about the control carried out at different stages of production. The technological scheme is an integral part of the technological instruction for the production of the product. This type of scheme can be included in other internal documents. The scheme can be used by specialists involved in production and control operation at the enterprise manufacturing the product. Now we know about the purpose of the technological scheme and we can begin to form it. For the production of any products, it is necessary to carry out many operations, from the construction of structure of production area to the calibration of equipment and staff training. Actually, the beginning of any production begins with a number of auxiliary processes, which in the technological scheme do not fully display. However, it is impossible not to name or designate them. Therefore, in our scheme it will be mentioned, however, once as supporting work. We will analyze the graphic components and the specific of the notation in technological scheme. The whole scheme will consist of blocks. Blocks will contain abbreviations that indicate the type of process. So we have the first stage supporting work abbreviation for this stage, respectively as W. All blocks will have end-to-end numbering. So the first stage is numbered 1 and it will look like SW1. The block, in addition to the abbreviation, will also have a name. In order not to get confused, the abbreviations are separated from the stage name, as can be seen on this slide. A similar name will be displayed in the technological manual. To indicate the order of action and steps using arrow vectors. In our case, the vertical arrow from the block SW1 goes down to the block with the abbreviation TP2, technological process number 2. As you can see, the processes are numbered in order. The technological process begins with measuring by volume and weighing by weight of substance used in production. Regardless of the stage at which measuring or weighing is carried out, we denote it once. In contrast to the first stage, the second development of the scheme appears. For branching, vectors are also used. They can be either single or multiple. The cell structure of the second column is similar as the first. The abbreviation with the base number is also inherent, however, the number details appear. It is cross-cutting, however, only for one stage it does not continue further. The second part of the cells indicate the ongoing process with the indication of the substance with which the work being carried out. Next, they direct the vectors to the third column at the scheme and from a cell consisting of 1 sectors, which indicate the name of the device that is used to carry out the measuring process. All devices are numbered. The numbering is applied in the order of use. If the device is used in the scheme many times, the numbering for it does not change. The first will always remain the first. The first substance, zinc sulfate. The second in our composition is milk sugar. Similarly, we draw up the process of weighing sugar. All liquids and fluids are measuring by volume. Ethanol is not exception. To do this, use the measuring device, volumetric measure. Volumetric measures are also numbered. The next process in obtaining the tablets will be grinding and sieving of materials. Only substances that need such processing are crushed and sieved. In our case, we have two solids of zinc sulfate and milk sugar. The structure becomes voluminous, so I shift the picture for convenience. At this stage, zinc sulfate is crushed. This process is carried out using a ball mill. After grinding, the particles are separated by the degree of grinding. Various sievings are used for this process. In our case, it will be vibration sieves with grounding. Grounding is necessary to get rid of static electricity resulting from the friction of particles on a part of the sieve and among themselves. Grounding is not always indicated in the technological scheme. However, it is indicated in the hardware scheme and in the technological instruction. Similarly, zinc sulfate is proceed and milk sugar, which is displayed in the scheme. Considering that screening often leads to the identification of untreated particle and additional block appears in our scheme. It is formed in case where there is a probability of significant losses during sifting. These losses may be insignificant in mass or volume, but significantly affect the therapeutic effect. In our technological scheme, the next item will be the technological process of mass formation, from which one dose of the drug in the form of a tablet will be further formed. For this, a moistened mass is formed in the reactor. After receiving the tablet, moistened mass tablets are formed from it. In our case, the molding method, titration method, in the matrix is used without excessive pressure. The formed tablets are dried to obtain dense, dry tablets which all of them to be packaged and transported. If the tablets are not dried, they may lose their presentation and complicate the correct dosage during therapy. At the same time, pharmacotechnological control is carried out, which is displayed in the scheme. The abbreviation is used QC, quality control. The numbering is based on the stage number and the position process number. In our case, stage number 5 is position 2. For quality control, equipment is not indicated, it is multiple control. The next step is the preparation of the finished drug for packaging. The abbreviation is PRCL. The process corresponds to the name of the stage, as does the numbering. At this stage, quality control of the drug is carried out. That is, product ready for transportation and use. The packaging and labeling process is carried out automatically or semi-automatically. After control, reject is possible. At this stage, the reject leads to loss as tangible as possible. The product should not and can't be recycled. Defective products must be disposed of. All products that have passed quality control are sent to the warehouse or to the consumers. The final view of the scheme you see on the screen. This flow chart is a simplified example but reflects the main stage in the production of titration tablets. Thank you for your attention.